To begin with this morning, I'd like to dedicate this video diary to all the lunatics of Anglo and Russian heritage, locked in establishments coordinated by British intelligence psychiatrists. Indeed, the Russian psychiatric system is coordinated by British intelligence. Indeed, when I talk about Russian intelligence networks, I'm talking about the Russian intelligence networks coordinated by British intelligence. There is a thin line between British intelligence and the devil. Indeed, if there is any line at all. Indeed, this is to my brothers locked in the Sersky Institute in Moscow, being experimented on by Russian psychiatrists who are operating for British intelligence. This is also for the lunatics at Blackberry Hill Mental Hospital for the Criminally Insane in Bristol, where I recently spent 5 years of my life with some of the most wonderful people I've ever met. Indeed, it's all very interesting to note that the lunatics are rising against the crown. Indeed, this is the way it was always going to happen. Indeed, Bedlam lunatics in the 1790s knew that the British crown was behind the Bavarian Illuminati and was behind the French Revolution. Bedlam lunatics were the only ones who knew. Indeed, John Robeson, who wrote Proofs of a Conspiracy, which was published in the late 1790s, believed there was a conspiracy of interconnecting Masonic and Illuminati networks. The problem is, he didn't link it to the British crown, which means he could have been an agent of the British crown. Indeed, the Bedlam lunatics knew, however, that the British crown was behind the operations of the Bavarian Illuminati and the Masonic guilds that set up the French Revolution. The Bedlam lunatics knew that the British crown is behind all of the evil on the face of this planet, basically. Indeed, Abbe Augustin Barruel, the Jesuit who wrote memoirs of the history of Jacobinism, may also have been a British intelligence asset due to the fact that he doesn't believe that British Freemasonry has anything to do with the operations of the Bavarian Illuminati and the French Masonic lodges, and the German Masonic lodges also. Indeed, he believed that British Freemasonry was free of the Illuminized networks, basically, and was operating on a different trajectory. However, this is not true. It was British Freemasonry by British intelligence through the British Crown that set all of this up. Indeed, the Masonic lodges in Europe at the time were coordinated by the Ugly, i.e. the United Grand Lodge of England, even though I don't think it went under that name at the time. But it was the network, in inverted commas, i.e. the Masonic intelligence network operating out of the Grand Lodge of England, which set this up on the direct orders of the British Crown. Interestingly, so it all interlinks. Indeed, I'm having a bit of trouble with the Brits at the moment. Indeed, they seem to be forming networks against me in this town that I'm living in, which is interesting considering they're defending Masonic perverts by attacking me. Indeed, a lot of these Brits are looking at me with like disappointed faces, as if I've done something wrong. You're defending a monarchy. The king is a Masonic pervert. The entire political spectrum is staffed by Masonic perverts. Indeed, the Prime Minister is a Masonic pervert. The entire far left and far right political spectrums of this nation are headed by Masonic perverts. The British police are all Masonic perverts. Now, what's interesting about this is that in Russia, everyone knows that the police are mob. What's interesting is they're mob. They're gangsters, basically. They're not Masonic perverts. The British police are not mob. They are not gangsters. They are just Masonic perverts. This is also interesting considering networks in Devizes. The local so-called gangsters there are not gangsters. They're perverts. So it's all very interesting to consider. And the Brits are looking at me as if I've done something wrong. This is beginning to become very, very irritating. As I've stated, I have thousands of internet stalkers. Various intelligence agencies view my content, which means you really do not want your name on this channel. However, if local people continue to antagonize me the way they are doing, names are going to start popping up on this channel, and you don't want that to happen. So it's all very interesting, really. So, as I was explaining, basically everything in this country is run by the British Crown. This is Crown territory. Technically, the British territory is owned by the Pope. But what with the British intelligence services installing their own popes, it means there are higher networks than the Pope running the scene. And the Crown runs the dominions, basically, of the papacy, even. All of the dominions of the papacy, the territory owned by the Roman Catholic Church, is actually navigated and run by the British Crown. So it's all very interesting how it links up. Indeed, it is actually not patriotic to defend the British Crown, which is what the Brits are getting wrong. They seem to think that defending the monarchy is patriotic. It is not. The monarchists do not even see themselves as the same ethnic group as the British population, which is interesting. They believe that they are Hebrews, interestingly. The British aristocracy, the British nobility, the British monarchy, the British intelligence inner sanctums, and the Masons, basically, all believe that they are Hebrews, and so have distinguished themselves from the remainder of the Anglo population, which is all very interesting to consider. Why are the Brits defending Masons, the monarchy, the police? Why are the Brits defending perversion? Indeed, this is interesting. It makes you think, doesn't it? I had some people looking into all of these so-called gangsters in devices, and we found out some very interesting things about the gangsters in devices. They were all sending dick pics to really, really young people, which is really quite disturbing. However, I'm not going to make a big deal about that at the moment, because people can be forgiven for idiocy, really. However, depending on what happens in this town where I am living now, and we'll see what happens, things could start being talked about on this YouTube channel. And it may look like there's 3 views on each video, for instance, but that's not the case. This is the interesting thing. I seem to have gone a bit off-piste on this video. Indeed, this isn't really a deep intelligence analysis as some of my other videos have been, indeed, and my frequencies are a little bit funny this morning. So I'm just going to make it to 10 minutes, and we'll get into some really juicy stuff later. But I'm actually burnt out at the moment, really. It's becoming quite difficult to make content because I'm so burnt out. So I'm going to have to take it easy and probably just create some videos where I just talk like this. But yeah. So I don't really know exactly what to say, really. The British police are Masonic perverts. The British monarchy are Masonic perverts. The British aristocracy are Masonic perverts. And the population of Britain are defending these Masonic perverts for some reason. Indeed, it seems a lot of this reason that the British people are defending these Masonic perverts is simply because they hate me, which is interesting. I know who basically all the perverts are, even around here. I can even tell who are the perverts by their eyes and things. So it's all very interesting to consider. However, I'm going to keep stum for the moment about the perverts in Warminster, and we'll see what happens, really. Indeed, I'm going to leave it there. I can't always make content. This is the thing. Like, I'm too distracted. I'm a severely mentally ill human being. I'm fucking crazy. So it's not always possible to really go into a deep dive on intelligence topics because I'm distracted by my situation, because I'm so frustrated and angry at the way the population is treating me that I have to go off on these trajectories and basically hammer into your heads what I think of you. Indeed, it's all very interesting what people are so concerned with what they think of me over the years. They've also got me completely wrong. They never can stop to consider for a moment what I think of them or what I know about them. So it's all very interesting. Indeed, I'm going to leave it there now.